Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Groundhopper Soccer Guides. My name is Paul Gerald, and I recently did a video that was a guide to the leagues and cups of English soccer. You can check it out right up here. That is all about the so-called league pyramid, ranging from the Premier League at the top all the way down to Tier 11, hundreds and hundreds of clubs. And I mentioned in that guide that all of these leagues are connected by a system called promotion and relegation. But I didn't really talk much about how promotion and relegation works. So in this video, that's the question we want to answer. What is promotion and relegation in English football, and how does it work? Okay, first let's just do a quick summary of the structure of the league pyramid in English football. So again, there are tiers, as you can see over here. At the very top is the Premier League, which you have certainly heard of. The next three levels down, Championship, League One, League Two. These are collectively called the Football League. Below that, you get into non-league, and as you go further down, you get more and more leagues per tier. You also eventually get into amateur teams, and it just gets broader and broader. But the important thing to remember, and this little visual helps here, is that all of these are connected by the system of promotion and relegation. The short version is, at the end of each season, like you see here, the three best teams in the championship go up to the Premier League for the whole next season. The three worst teams in the Premier League drop down to the championship for the whole next season, and this is true all the way up and down the entire league pyramid. Now, it's a little more confusing than that, so that's what we're going to talk about for the rest of the video. So let's start with the Premier League table. Again, this is the famous league with your Liverpool, Manchester City, Man United, Chelsea, all of those guys. Now, as you watch coverage of the Premier League, you will hear them talking about relegation to the Championship. That's these three clubs down at the bottom three, numbers 18, 19, and 20, are going to get relegated to the English Football League Championship. This is known as the relegation zone, the drop zone. When you hear things like, in this case, Aston Villa are only 1 point safe, that means that they are just 1 point above the relegation zone. So at the end of this particular season, this is last season, Bournemouth, Watford, Norwich City relegated to the Championship. Now, you'll notice a couple of different things going on at the top, because when you're in the top tier, where do you get promoted to? The answer is Europe, but we're going to come back and talk about that in a little bit. Let's first of all go down to the Championship, where Bournemouth, Watford, and Norwich City went. What you'll see here, this is the upper part of the Championship table from last year, and you see the top two are green and the next four are yellow. Why is that? Because the top two get automatically promoted to the Premier League. This is important because they don't have to deal with the playoffs. So you'll hear about this. Fighting for automatic promotion. This is what they're talking about. Okay, so let's zoom in on the top part of the championship table. Again, this is the 2019-20 season, so Leeds United were champions and promoted. West Bromwich Albion promoted as well automatically. Then we went into a playoff. Brentford, number 3, plays number 6. And number 4 plays number 5. These are the playoff semifinals. They play one game at each club, and the total goals wins. Then the winners of those two go on to the championship playoff final at Wembley Stadium in May. This is a very exciting time to be there because all of the championship finals are played on consecutive days at Wembley Stadium. And the winner of the championship playoff final goes to the Premier League. It's called the richest game in football because the winner gets to go and access all of that beautiful television money up in the Premier League. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the championship, last year, you see here, Charlton Athletic, Wigan Athletic, and Hull City relegated to League One. The top of League One looks exactly the same. Lincoln City and Hull City both went up to the championship in this particular season, and here these next four go into a playoff. A little bit different at the bottom of League One. 4 teams go down to League Two. I told you this gets confusing. At the top of League Two, you get 3 automatic promotions and then a 4-team playoff for the 4th promotion spot. At the bottom of League Two, only 2 teams get relegated down to the National League, which is actually called non-league football because you've gone out of the Football League. And meanwhile, at the top of the National League, you get 1 promotion automatically, and the next 6 go into a playoff for the other spot. It's all very odd down there at the top of the National League. Okay, so let's go back to the Premier League table, and we're going to wrap this thing up by talking about Europe. Again, when you're in the top tier Premier League, you can't get promoted, so where are you going to go? You're going to go to Europe. So this is when you'll hear them talking about the European places. So if we zoom in on the top of last season's, the 2019-20 Premier League table, you will see here that Liverpool were the champions, and then you got 4 teams in green and 3 in blue. What's going on there? The top 4 teams automatically qualify for the UEFA Champions League, the very famous and glamorous club championship of Europe. So that's where the top 4 teams go. Then up to 3 more teams will qualify for the second tier European Championship, which is called the Europa League. Now this is a little goofy, but whoever finishes 5th goes into it. Whoever wins the FA Cup goes into it. And whoever wins the League Cup goes to the Europa League. Unless whoever wins one of those cups also wins or is in the top 4. So, for example, Arsenal here finished 8th, but they won the FA Cup, so they get to go to the Europa League. Tottenham Hotspur didn't win anything, and they finished 6th, but Manchester City won the League Cup, but they were already qualified, so Tottenham Hotspur got Manchester City's spot. I told you it's confusing. The bottom line is the top 4 teams go to the one that really matters, which is the UEFA Champions League, and anywhere from 2 to 4 others go to the Europa League. That's what happens at the top of the Premier League table. Okay, so that is what I know about promotion and relegation in English football. It is a really entertaining aspect of the game that we Americans are not used to. For us, when your team finishes last in the league, it's just kind of like, oh, well, I guess we'll try next year and we get a better draft pick. In England, it means the difference between playing Liverpool and playing Rotherham. So that is something to keep up with at the end of every season. It's not just who's going to win the league and who's going to qualify for the Champions League, but who's going to stay in the league. That is a whole nother aspect of English football that I think you'll really enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will consider liking it, maybe sharing it around, maybe subscribing, and checking out our website at groundhopperguides.com. We can help you not just plan and go on a wonderful English soccer adventure, but really know a lot more about what you're seeing and hearing, and really having a deeper connection with the whole experience. That's what we're all about, groundhopperguides.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the grounds.